Yo, Elliot. So our buddy Lutheran 101, title of his email is "Can't squat or deadlift, so call me a pussy." All right, well, he goes on and said, "You read right. My lumbar rap sheet is a beautiful thing to read. Congenial, small canal, L3, L4, L5, all with protrusion. And throw in some mild stenosis and mix it all up, and you got a recipe for pain. I've had to give up strongman training, squats, deadlift, overhead pressing, basically anything that causes any type of compression on my spine. However, he doesn't want to forsake becoming the strongest version of himself. I'm just not sure how to attack it. 600-pound deadlift and 400-pound squat are no longer in the plan. Being able to pick up and play with my son, pain-free, is the goal. All the while, continue to get bigger, faster, stronger, as much as I can. How do you suggest attacking this?" So look, I'm going to say something that's going to maybe surprise a lot of people if you're, I don't know if you're new to Elliott Hulse's channels, but those of you who've been around long enough understand what I'm about to say. Listen, the strongest version of yourself is a totally subjective reality. It's something that is unique to you. I happen to approach you guys from this place of strongman, deadlifting, powerlifting, and sports performance simply because that's who I am. It's where I've come from. It's been my meditation. It's my yoga, if you will. It's been the way that I've been able to find myself. It's been through strength training. You know, I was 14 years old. I was in lots of trouble. My uncle introduced me to the barbell, and that's how I discovered myself. And I use strength training as a metaphor for growing stronger. See, I even use that term, growing stronger, but really becoming, again, the strongest version of yourself. It's all a fucking metaphor. It doesn't mean that it's all about lifting barbells and flipping tires, right? It's just my means for doing so. I have a friend here the other day who was taking a part of our clinic, and he plays the guitar. I have another friend that was here also. I mean, it's amazing the incredible people that are attracted to strength camp because they realize that it's so much more than just lifting barbells and flipping tires. And these guys have found themselves through art, through music. Do you understand? So I don't ever want to stand up here and have you believe that my method is the one and only. And that in order for you to become the strongest version of yourself, you should be deadlifting 600 pounds. That you need to be able to flip tires and load stones and sprint a 340 and box jump. These are all just methods that I've happened to enjoy myself and have supported me. Okay? Now, if you find that the things that I do are no good for you simply because they either injure you or you're not interested in them. It's fascinating how many people watch my channel that aren't even really interested in weightlifting. Realize that you've got to find your own. Okay, dude? So what I would explore, and of course, again, it comes from my desire to strengthen the body and my yoga. And I use that term yoga to really describe the yoking of the mind and the body. This bringing together or allowing a physical activity to help you transcend into your spiritual reality. That's really what a yoga is. In fact, I might invite you to practice yoga, participate in yoga. That might be one of your ways of strengthening the body. In fact, I mean, the entire point of the practice of yoga, and I'm talking the literal yoga, you know, the ones that you go to yoga studios and participate in, is to engage the body in the spiritual awakening, in becoming the strongest version of yourself, because that's really what it is. It's a spiritual awakening. So maybe instead of deadlifting, go and participate in yoga. Right? Barbells are my yoga, but I'm talking about the literal yoga. I hope you follow me. If I were in your situation personally now, okay, and I don't want anybody ever to take Elliott's position as the one that we should all approach it from. We should all do what Elliott says, because that's not the case. If I were in your situation and I couldn't deadlift anymore, I couldn't squat anymore, I had to give up strongman, had to, I would participate in, like I said, yoga, simply so that I can open up all the dense musculature that I've built up over the many years so that I can breathe and I can move better. Structural integrity is of great importance to me. At times, I've even considered, like, I gotta give up weight training at some point. If I have this channel for the next 10 years, at some point I'm gonna give up weight training to a very great degree. Because I realize that the stronger version of myself is found in a more supple body, greater structural integrity, deeper breathing. But, I still want a fucking foot tire, so it's not gonna be like tomorrow. And gymnastics type core development body weight training. I would get involved in some sort of gymnastics types training. If you look at it, like a lot of the guys like in the Bar Stars videos, they've got this deep visceral core strength. They're all long in life. They all have very good structural integrity. And they've got deep core strength that's going to support your back pain. And it's pretty damn badass. I don't know how old you are. You've got children, obviously. So that would be a more advantageous approach, perhaps even a more mature approach to strengthening your body and becoming a stronger version of yourself that you could engage in. So I hope that helps, my man. Just to reiterate, a lot of you guys follow my channel and you're here because I am highly knowledgeable and able in the arena of strength and bodybuilding and powerlifting and strongman and performance. But understand that that's just the surface of becoming the strongest version of yourself. The strongest version of yourself means you become a vegetarian and you sit cross-legged for 7 hours a day. I'm not going to judge you. If your experience yields the result, then that's the right one. We live in a day and age where we have a plethora of information and availability of experience to us, except we're swimming in the distractions around us as opposed to growing deep, experiencing many so that we can figure out where we would benefit greatly from, and then experiencing having a deep experience with one of them. Choose something brand new. Choose something you've never ever thought of before. Go deep with it. There's a really good book by Paulo Coelho, and I think it's called The Archer. And he accounts this man who became a master archer. Beautiful, beautiful book. Go look for it. I think it's only available in like Kindle. Paulo Coelho, I think it's called The Way of the Archer or something like that. Look it up. Do I have it? I think I might have it on here. Let me see if I do Kindle. I don't think I have my Kindle hooked up to this new phone. But anyway, the book, it's an incredible book because he shows you how the man put all of his heart and soul into the development of his skill as an archer. We like to do this through bodybuilding or strength training. But all of his effort and energy, focus, concentration in the skill of archery. And then gave up archery and went to become a carpenter. And he took all the character virtues, all the traits, all the strength that he developed through archery and brought it to his new skill of crafting art, crafting wood crafting. And although he would have been highly prized and praised and won awards and just accolades out the ass as an archer, he gave it up because he got what he needed from it, and he wasn't very wrapped up in the world's attachment to what they thought was good in archery. He took the jewels that he gained from the experience and he brought it to everything else in his life. And that's really what strength training and bodybuilding and the things that I share with you guys is about. It's about that archery. It's about using this method in order to go deep and find the gems that support you in becoming the best you. Right? It's just a method. I don't care if it's archery, I don't care if it's prayer, I don't care if it's playing music, I don't care if it's lifting barbells. The methods are many. Do you understand? But the principles are few. And you're going to find the same principles in 1,000 methods. And you'll have 1,000 people who all reached their 1,000 forms of enlightenment or deepening or centering or nirvana or heaven through it. But don't be attached to their method. Be attached to the jewels that they retain from participating in the method. and have your own experience. Anytime any one of those people, be it philosophers, religions, artists, poets, any of them, anybody, government systems, anybody who comes to you with "this is the one and only way," probably hasn't had their own experience. So they're very bad, they're not very resourceful mentors because they haven't had their own experience. They're just recounting the experiences of others. And the reason why I know that anybody that would tell you this is the one and only way hasn't had their own experience is because if they've had their own experience, they would have realized that there are many ways. There are many ways to reach that strongest version of yourself. And you know it when you can see someone who's attained to the virtues and gained the jewels associated with becoming, or at least can tell that they're on the journey of becoming the strongest version of themselves, even if their life and activities are diametrically opposed to everything that you are. Some of my greatest mentors and best friends, figuratively and literally, are nothing like me and have absolutely no interest in the things that I have interest in. But yet it's the core that is attractive, that attracts us to one another. So of course I went off on a completely, seemingly irrelevant rant here. But don't be attached to the fact that you can't lift barbells, bro. Becoming the strongest version of yourself is not about that. This is just a front. I'm using this to come to you because a lot of you, that's where you are. You're at that place where lifting barbells has become a yoga to you. And it was to me. And we can share that in common. But if we stop there, this is all a very superficial venture. And that's not where we stop. Those of you who want to move deeper into the realities of your being, into this journey of life, how we participate on the greatest show ever, realize that there's far more to it. And I'm grateful to have you here with me. If you've watched this video up until this point, you're one of them, because I'm sure when I look at the statistics, at least 60% have cut this fucking video off already. So I'm talking to you, and you know who you are if you're still watching this. I am grateful to be doing this with you, together. Grow stronger.
Yo, Elliot,